Distinguished Secretary General, distinguished heads of states and government, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I welcome all the participants of our summit. Since Azerbaijan became the host country of COP29, our relationship with small island developing states elevated to a new high level. The votes of seats must be heard on the global stage. I call on developed countries, especially with the colonial past, to provide tangible financial and technical support to small island states so that they can protect their countries from climate change complications. Climate change affects every country, including Azerbaijan. We see that year after year, Caspian Sea becomes more and more shallow. We see that there are less waters in our rivers, less snow in our mountains, and floods and heavy rains, which we have never experienced in the past, today unfortunately is a reality. So every country is affected, but for seeds, it's existential threat. Azerbaijan is demonstrating its unwavering support to small island states. We have provided assistance to a number of disaster-prone countries in mitigating the impacts of hurricanes, earthquakes, and floods. We also supported water supply, food security, and restoration of cultural heritage projects. More than 10 small island states benefited from our educational grant program to study in universities in Azerbaijan. During our 4-year-long chairmanship in non-aligned movement, we provided financial and humanitarian assistance to more than 80 countries, including small island states, 20 of them. Addressing the challenges faced by those countries is at the center of Azerbaijan's efforts at COP29. The leaders from Bahamas, Tonga, and Tuvalu visited Azerbaijan this May to discuss their vision of COP. The adopted Baku communique called for meaningful outcome of COP29 and underscored the importance of accessible climate finance. Serious progress was achieved on making operational the Lost and Damaged Fund in Baku this September. Now the process must be completed to deliver finance to countries in need, in particular small island states. This summer in Tonga, Azerbaijan signed a joint declaration with Commonwealth. We are providing a contribution of $10 million to support joint projects in Commonwealth's small island states. MOU with Commonwealth was also signed to use satellite data of the Space Agency of Azerbaijan, Azercosmos, for environmental monitoring and evaluation. Dear ladies and gentlemen, using this opportunity, I'd like to raise one of the important issues on the international agenda: neocolonialism and climate change. The so-called overseas territories of France and Netherlands, particularly in the Caribbean and Pacific, are among the most severely impacted They are among the most severely impacted by climate change. Rising sea level, extreme weather events, biodiversity loss create serious threats to these regions. The voices of these communities are often brutally suppressed by the regimes in their metropolis. The peoples of French colonies, such as New Caledonia, French Polynesia, Mayotte, Wallis and Futuna, Corsica, Réunion, Guadeloupe, Martinique, French Guyana, Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, Saint-Martin, Saint-Barthélemy, and colonies of Netherlands, such as Aruba, Curaçao, Saint Martin, Bonaire, Saint Eswatis, Sabah. Let's applaud the people of these territories. They are still suffering today in the 21st century from colonial rule. French Polynesia and New Caledonia are currently recognized as non-self-governing territories by the United Nations since 1946-1947. However, their decolonization process are still delaying. Between 1966 and 1996, French Polynesia faced serious environmental degradation due to 193 nuclear tests conducted by France. France is responsible for severe soil and water contamination and radiation there. Radiation level exceeded 4,900%. If we add here 17 nuclear tests conducted by France in Algeria during the years of occupation, we will see what damage this country made to the ecosystem of the planet. The list of France's crimes in their so-called overseas territories would not be complete if we do not mention the recent human rights violations by the regime. The regime of President Macron killed 13 and injured 169 people during this year's legitimate protests of Kanaks in New Caledonia. 1,700 people were arrested. During the protests in Martinique and Guadeloupe, also this year, 38 people were arrested. After all that, France was not denounced, neither by European Commission, nor by European Parliament, nor by Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe. This is political hypocrisy. European Parliament and Parliament Assembly of the Council of Europe, these two institutions which became the symbols of political corruption, share responsibility with the government of President Macron for killings of innocent people. All political prisoners of France must be immediately liberated. But what else can we expect from European Parliament and Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe if chief European diplomat Joseph Borrell calls Europe a garden and the rest of the world jungles? If we are jungles, then stay away from us and don't interfere into our affairs. Azerbaijan supported small island states as a chair of non-aligned movement, supports as president of COP29, and will continue to support our friends in the future. Thank you very much.